Hello, I am King Mac, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger with some french fries and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews on YouTube.
What's up, everybody? Tony here, and welcome to more game reviews here on YouTube and more TTBurger game reviews right here for you all. And today we have another multi-part review. This is of episode 174, bringing us closer to that 200th episode, which has something special planned for you all, so be on the lookout when it gets here. And this is on episode 174, part 1 of 2. Again, yeah, I know. There's a lot of two-part videos here, but heck, what can you do? And before I get started here, I want to give shout-outs to SubZeroMNX and Free Green HD for King Mac here. So I give you guys a shout-out. You guys are awesome, and hope you guys are doing well, and hope you enjoy. Today, I want to talk about some tennis video games. Now, as you all know, very rarely do I review sport games on this channel. I don't really talk about the EA Sport games or the 2KK Sport games or anything like that and stuff. But for this series, this is an exception. Now, I've never played tennis in my life. I've known people in high school and college who played tennis, but I was never really one of those people who played tennis, because I will admit I did try playing ping pong and tried tennis in gym class, but one time, but I was so bad I figured, nope, not for me. Especially with playing badminton as well, nope, that's not for me. But I always enjoyed watching like tennis matches in high school and college, and there are times where I also enjoyed watching matches on the tennis channel when I was younger as well. In fact, a good friend of mine who I'm gonna give a shout out here to, her name is DD Tennis Player 90. She played tennis in high school and also was a cheerleader, and she's really good at tennis. And I'm sure if I ever play tennis with her sometime, she'd probably beat me because she's a lot better than I am. But I know the basics of tennis for sure. And there were a lot of tennis video games made in most generations of gaming. Many of you who played tennis games played mainly the Hot Shot tennis games, Top Spin, Mario Tennis games, Outlaw Tennis, and more. But today we are going to talk about an arcade tennis-like game by the company Sega, and that is the Virtua Tennis franchise. That started off in the arcades, then in Dreamcast, and then was ported to other consoles there. We're looking at two Virtua Tennis games today, and both released on the PlayStation 3. Part 1, we're going to look at Virtua Tennis 3, and Part 2, we're going to look at Virtua Tennis 2009. I know there's Sega Sports Tennis on the PS2, which is their port of Virtua Tennis 2, but I'm not looking at it because I just don't feel like playing it, in my opinion, because to me, the PS2 version does not have the name Virtua Tennis in it, so I'm not counting it. But we got a lot to talk about here, so let's get started with talking about Virtua Tennis 3 for the PlayStation 3, released first in the arcades in the year 2006, and then March 20th, 2007 for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. You can look at the PlayStation 3 version, it's the only version I have. Now, Virtua Tennis 3 is a fun arcade-like tennis game, and probably the best arcade-like tennis game there is out there, or one of the best to be fair. I remember first playing the demo of Virtua Tennis 3 and first being impressed by what this game offered. A lot of people compare Virtua Tennis to Top Spin and say Top Spin is better. And I know people are probably gonna disagree with my opinion here, but I actually prefer Virtua Tennis more because it's a fun, simple arcade-like game that differs itself from other sport games. Top Spin, on the other hand, I appreciate the realistic approach to it when it comes to the tennis-like games, but there are times where it came off as kind of boring for me and just not much fun as Virtua Tennis. While I do appreciate what Top Spin offered, for me, I just preferred Virtua Tennis more, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying there. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but I respect your all opinion on this for sure. Virtua Tennis 3 has a handful of modes to play, like World Tour, where you create a custom player and train your custom player to be a pro tennis player by either going to sport camp or like playing a bunch of mini games and stuff with bands. I did not really spend much time with this mode because I could not really get into it. I mean, I really tried, I mean, I tried my best, but I cared more playing as the protest players more with the turn mode and everything. And speaking of that, you have the tournament mode, which is what I spent most of my time on, along with the exhibition mode and more. In this review, we'll be playing as 3 pro tennis players: Maria Sharapova, who's my favorite tennis star from Russia, along with Nicole Batasova from Czech Republic, and Daniela Hantuchova from Slovakia. When you get started here, you see Virtua Tennis 3 has some really good graphics for its time. A lot of detail went into the character models, and the tennis court with loads of details with the grass movement and more. Only problem is that some of the player models' faces do not look very good compared to what they look like in real life, but that's just a small complaint I have. It's not going to affect the graphics me at all, it's a small complaint I have there. There's not much to say about the sound in Virtua Tennis 3. You have the umpires that talk in their native languages, and that's really cool there, and you have the grunts from the players when they're hitting the ball with the tennis racket, and like that's cool too. And music I love. The rock music fits the game. I mean, some people didn't like the rock music because it felt out of place for me. I think the rock music fits perfectly with Virtua Tennis 3. Virtua Tennis 3 has great gameplay with some minor complaints that I have. We'll talk about the goods first. It is a fast-paced tennis game where you pick your player and you are ready. I enjoyed the fast-paced arcade-like feel with the game, and it's like everything in this game is fast. Like your player will slide to try and hit the ball, and every time they move, they try and hit the balls like that, and like the way they move too. But like the way the game tennis plays, it doesn't feel realistic to it at all because it's like an arcade-like. But it doesn't need to feel realistic to be fun. It's just a simple, fun arcade-like tennis game, and it was nice that we got this game on the next-gen consoles for its time. It's just simple, mindless fun. Is what I'm trying to say there. The opponent AI does a good job. I mean, I had no issues with it for the most part there. I mean, sure, there'll be a couple times where there'll be a tiny bit unbalanced between the to be too easy or too hard, but that's just very rare. The tournament mode the main one I played, and lasts for about 5 rounds and get the trophy, and at the end you can play some more with a different player, and it has an arcade feel to it, like a fighting game where you beat it, then you beat it with another player and stuff, even though the ending is the same each time, but still, it's great like when you get that high score and stuff and just see your rankings there. It's fun to hit the ball with your racket and scoring the points, and it's fun like, it's much easier than playing real tennis for me. That's sure, like I mentioned, I sucked at playing tennis in high school with tennis and badminton and stuff. And I had a great time with Virtua Tennis 3, no matter which version you get, the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3 version and stuff like that, or whatever the other version you get, you'll be in for a treat for sure. But of course, this game has some bads. First off, there's no unlockable players. I mean, it would have been nice, since this was the 3rd game in the Virtua Tennis franchise, it would have been nice if you could unlock some new players after you beat tournament mode and stuff like that. Those of you who own the PlayStation 3 version and want to play online, you can't, because there's no online play for the PlayStation 3 version. And while you do have a handful of modes like tournament mode, exhibition, and all that stuff, and World Tour mode, you will pretty much see all of it. Once you see all of it, you'll pretty much will be done. But you'll still be able to have the play because replay value for sure, but just saying there. And one of my main complaints here is that there are certain modes that require 2 players that you can't play by yourself or with a computer. Like for example, like the tournament mode, if you want to play a doubles match, it requires 2 players you're to play. It can't be like you're the player and the 3 other computers. It would have been nice if you could do that, but that's not the case there. Thankfully, you can do that in exhibition mode, but it would have been nice to have that in tournament mode as well. In fact, there are some modes that you can't even play 1 player, so that's kind of annoying there. But it just, I can overlook these problems here because you still have a fun arcade-like tennis game for sure. So final thoughts here. If you were a fan of Virtua Tennis and a fan of tennis games in general, Virtua Tennis 3 does not disappoint at all. The score beginning I gotta take some points off here is an 8.5 out of 10 because it's still a fun tennis game, just be warned some of the problems I have with it and stuff like that, but still, Virtua Tennis 3 should not be overlooked at all. And that's it for episode 174 of my Virtua Tennis series review, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned as you take a look at the next game and the final part here of my Virtua Tennis franchise review, Virtua Tennis 2009. So how does this game fare for Virtua Tennis 3? Find out next, but that's all I gotta say. Now, if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below. join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, because we're also more people to join. And also feel free to join my Facebook group related to my channel, TTBurger Gamers Group, and also join my Facebook page, titled TTBurger88. And I'll always look for more people to join as well. And also tune in every Saturday for an episode of Burgers and Fries Game Talk with a shake with my co-host Grim Monolith, along with a special guest as well. So be on the lookout, because there's a handful of content coming, and there's more to see here. Which all I gotta say is, it's Tony. Peace out. Have a great day, and see you all in episode 174, part 202, where I take a look at Virtua Tennis 2009.